If you are a destination hiker like me, put this one on your must-do list. The Red Mountain Fire Lookout is located in the Gifford-Pinchot National Forest and Indian Heaven Wilderness, just north of Carson, Washington. Driving directions are at the end. This trail has a rich history. The meadow you pass through just below the mountain was an annual gathering place for the Yakima, Klickitat, and Columbia River Indian tribes. During the huckleberry season, they would hold pony races through this area, and the wide ruts are still visible today. If you close your eyes here, can you hear the sound of those thundering hooves and the cheers of happy people? There are two ways to reach this incredible viewpoint. One from the south side of Red Mountain via the PCT, and one from the north via the Indian Racetrack trailhead number 171. I have done them both this year and will try to describe the differences for you. But apparently, it doesn't matter which side of the mountain you begin on, you will have to go up a lot. Either approach will include a 1,600-foot elevation gain in 3 to 4 miles, so that might be a factor for you to consider. I pushed my cranky knees to the limit on this one and hobbled around the next day as payment, but it was so worth it. My first trip was from the south via the PCT in July, an 8.7-mile loop. The trail starts at the Crest Camp trailhead where the PCT crosses Forest Road 60. Be sure to go north on the trail here. It's the side where you'll find the wilderness permit box. There is an outhouse nearby and plenty of parking. This option allows you the chance to hike the celebrated Pacific Crest Trail for the bottom portion. That means for an hour or so, you'll be among the relatively few whose boots ever travel that famous path. This time of year, the beargrass was in full bloom, which turned the forest into a visual fairy tale. You will pass a couple small picturesque lakes as well, but be forewarned, this is Mosquito World Headquarters in the summer. Be prepared for battle. Don't be too distracted by the scenery or that buzzing in your ear, or you might miss your turn to the Indian Racetrack Trail number 171 that takes you up the mountain. Not that I would know from experience, but this small oversight will take you blissfully unaware on up the PCT to Berry Mountain, where you might possibly stop, see your lookout tower behind you, and sheepishly retrace your steps to your junction. From the correct trail, buckle down and finish your climb. The 360-degree views from the top are simply breathtaking. The vast wilderness spread out like a blanket before you reminds you that you really are just a speck of dust. You've got Hood. You've got Adams. Rainier. Very faint. Mount St. Helens. Gorgeous. At 4,965 feet high, the wind will quickly cool you down, even on a hot day. Be sure to bring a jacket. Take a moment to explore the stunning views from each side of the lookout tower's deck and relish the silence. Once you've been filled to capacity with beauty, decide to return the way you came by trail or use the gravel service road to make your trip a loop. If you choose the road, you'll want to take a left when you get to the bottom gate and walk a bit further up the road to find your car. The other approach option from the north side of Red Mountain I tried during the first week of September, a 6.6-mile in and out trail. The Indian Racetrack trailhead is located on Forest Road 65 just beyond the Falls Creek Horse Camp. It has no designated parking area, and the nearest restroom is back at the horse camp. There was nothing in bloom anymore, but fall was in the air. The The huckleberry foliage was starting to turn red and prove that each season has its own unique artwork. This time I wanted to see the sunset from the top, and it was closing in, so we hustled on by more lovely lakes and were delighted by the absence of mosquitoes this time around. This trail will take you to a T-junction with the PCT. Take a right, then you'll see your turnoff back to the Indian Racetrack number 171 just a few feet ahead on the left. If you'd like, explore this golden meadow for the subtle evidence of those joyful gatherings from days long ago. Our cardio workout paid off, and we arrived at the top with 30 minutes to spare before the big show. It never gets old. The chill in the air brought us back to our senses, and we headed back the way we came. The 3.2-mile descent took about an hour, despite the darkness. Trusty headlamps were a must. What a treat to turn them off and gaze above at the thick Milky Way. I give both these trails a 4 out of 5 pine cone rating. The trailheads are easy enough to access, and the reward at the end is inspiring. But the elevation gain is significant and needs to be considered. Trekking poles would be very useful for the upper portion. If you're ready for this uphill challenge with a prize at the end, head to Carson, Washington. Go east on the second junction with Old State Road, then take your first left onto Forest Road 65. For the northern approach, continue about 13 miles. The trailhead is on the right just past the Falls Creek Horse Camp. For the southern option via the PCT, turn right off of Forest Road 65 onto Forest Road 60, where you will find the parking area on the left a few miles down. You will need your Northwest Forest Pass to park in either location. There are no self-issue day pass stations here. As for me, I will now go and refresh my ice pack. Did you enjoy this virtual hike or learn something new? Then please subscribe. More reviews are on their way. Happy hiking!